Well, hello again. Q&A number 126. We're cruising right along here. We'll go ahead and get started with the questions. I'm here to dance. The grandma birthday dates start when the kids are 8 years old, right? Is there a reason you chose that age? Yeah, they start at age 8, and I chose that because, well,
that's when they get baptized.
That's when they get baptized, but I get my ideas from other people, and I got this from another lady in our area, and she started them at age 8, and I thought, oh, that would be good because they're not too little, you know, they miss mommy, and they can be kind of deciding, and they can look forward to it, deciding where they want to go, and they can look forward to it. And age 8 just seemed like a good idea, and it rhymes with great date. It rhymes with date.
Okay, look at that next one.
So that's why we did that. And that's a good question. Okay. LOLG4 MERS. Have you ever got caught speeding?
Everybody has.
Oh, yes. No, I don't know if everybody has, but I have. Have you?
I've escaped a couple of cops that were chasing me.
Before we were married, he used to try and hide from the cops, from the policemen. But yeah, I've been caught speeding, and the policeman will pull me over, and he'll say, "Do you know how fast you were going?" And I go, "No." And then he'll tell me how fast, and I'll say, "Oh, sorry." And he'll say, "Where were you going?" And I'll tell him, and sometimes I get a ticket, sometimes I don't.
Who is it that always talks her way out of it? Rochelle?
Rochelle usually can talk usually she can get off with them. I don't know.
Well, she smiles really big, and she's friendly.
Yeah. Well, so am I.
No, but when you get mad, you get mad.
I don't get mad at the police.
You do too.
I would never do that. Oh. No, I remember one time I would get I would get bothered with the policeman, and guys think, "Oh, come on, you know, you always have a good reason why you're speeding." And then I remember one time my brother Brent, he told me, he says, "Why do you get after the policeman?" I go, "Well, because I have a good reason." And he says, "You know what? They're doing their best to keep the law, and you don't know if they just came from an accident where there may have been a dead child or a really badly injured child because someone was speeding, and you don't know what they've just been through just before they pulled you over." Yeah. And it says, be nice to the policemen. They're doing their best to do their job. Don't get mad at them. And ever since then, you know, like my brother, he said, accept what you've done. You were speeding, accept it, and then move on. So that's what I decided to do. If he pulls me over, I say, okay, I was speeding. I admit it. And that was hard for me to do, but I do that now. Excuse me. Okay, you want to read that one?
Kathy Conley. That breakfast casserole looks delicious, but since I don't like sausage, I think I'd rather use bacon. I love bacon, LOL, but if I use bacon, how much should I use?
Yeah, just one package. And I was tempted to use the bacon too because I like the bacon better than the sausage. But you just use one package, 12 ounces, I think is what it is. Or you could just leave the meat out if you don't like any meat. Okay, how would you say that name?
I'd say Ariel Mayoro.
Ariel, tell us if we said that right. Hey, Mama. Oh, I was just wondering. You're Mormon, right? I'm Christian Seventh-day Adventist. Yeah, we're Mormons, and I was born Mormon into the church you were born. Some people convert later, like April. She was baptized later, just before her and Davy got married. But yep, that's what we are. That's very good that you noticed that. Okay, Just Francine. Whoa, Mama, oh, I love your hair. I had it curly. I mean, curled all over. How long does it take you to get ready? I couldn't do that and be on time for church. I love your energy. It doesn't take me long. I have the steamroller curlers, and you just put them on steam, you know, do the steam. I just put them in my hair, put my makeup on, take them out. So it takes about 20 minutes at the most.
Where does the steam come from?
I put them on a little steamer. It's a little
Oh, so they're hot inside when you're doing
Well, I
it?
set the curler on top. I'll post a video of how I use the steam rollers. But it looks like it takes me a long time when my hair's curled, but that's actually my fastest hairdo. So I just put in maybe 10 of the rollers that have been steamed, put my makeup on, and then just take them out. And I could take them out instantly. I mean, leave them in and then take them out, and it'd still be very curly. That's my favorite way to curl my hair. Okay, want to read that one?
You, adds Joe, you don't put your hair up when cooking. You don't get hair in the food?
Say nope. I don't put put a hairnet on or anything when I'm cooking. So far, how many hairs have we found in the food? Every once in a while,
About 6 in
about
20,
6 in 20 years.
years.
So I don't do the hairnet thing. It just reminds me of when I served lunch at school and the lunch ladies had to put their hairnets on, and I think no, take a chance on a hair.
Well, you don't make anything where your head is over something and you sit there and work on it.
Yeah, and as long as there's no hairs getting in the food, I won't wear the hairnet or clip my hair back. But that's a good question. I guess if I was in a restaurant or serving people,
they would make you do it.
They would make you do it, but here at home, I don't fuss about it. Okay, Trayvon Bolton. That looks delicious. Makes me want that.
Treva.
Oh, what'd I say? Trayvon?
Yeah.
Trayvon Bolton. Thanks, son. He keeps me in check. I think she's talking about the egg casserole. I mean the sausage egg breakfast casserole. That looks delicious. Makes me want it for dinner. Why do you not drink milk? Lactose intolerant? See, in the video I used rice milk because I don't have milk in the house. Yes, very bad. Oh, lactose intolerant. We quit milk 36 years ago when Jimmy Joe just kept getting sick, and we just are fine with that. Julianne was sick.
She had ear infections. She had tonsillitis. She was allergic to it too.
Oh, each baby that we had, just each one got worse and worse, and we finally just quit. And just don't drink it. It just causes too many problems. So we just find another way. But I'm glad you noticed that. Okay, Just Francine, Q&A. If marijuana became legal for medical or personal use, what would the LDS stand on this? What would be the LDS stand on this topic?
Yeah, this is so new. People talk about it a lot. And I would say that people that smoke marijuana are the main ones that want it because they want it to be legal. But there are people, like we have a daughter-in-law, where if she has a certain condition that maybe it could help. But it could encourage bad behavior for young kids.
Yes. And the LDS Church doesn't really have a say in it, but it's called, the medical name for it is called cannabis, and there are people that really need it for seizures, and it just really helps with their medical condition. And the church isn't against anybody going out of state to get the medicine to get the cannabis for their medicinal reasons. So the church doesn't have a problem with it, but they don't have a say. But we were talking about that last Sunday, so it is a new subject, and it's something that we'll have to think about. But for those that it really helps medicinal wise, there are states that have it legalized, and they can go out of states, and the church has no problem with that.
Was it Joseph Smith of Brigham Young that said, "I teach them correct principles, and they govern themselves"? In other words, you're supposed. If our church started making a long list of eat this, don't eat this, do this on Sunday, don't do this, you'd be like back to the Mosaic Law, where you have hundreds of things that are spelled out.
Yes.
You're supposed to search it out yourself and see if it's proper for you.
Yes. Okay, Catherine Yamada.
Yeah.
Okay, where can I get the closing song? This was on a video that I used my sister's song, and it's called Joining in God's Army. And my sister, the only way to get that song, her song, is to just go to my email and give me your address, and I will mail a CD out to you. And she sells them for about $10. That's the only way to get her songs.
Why didn't she contact Judy?
Judy won't do it. Judy's just, she won't mail them out. She doesn't know how. She just doesn't
bother with it.
So I do it for her. So that's why. But I just love that song, Joining in God's Army. And if you want it bad enough, just contact me.
Has she put them on in iTunes at all?
No, she doesn't know how. She doesn't know how to do any of that. And she just doesn't fuss with it.
I think she doesn't want to bother. She's
tried, but she's just doesn't know how to do it. And maybe someday she'll get them on iTunes. But okay,
well, her daughter, like Rachel, would know how to do it.
Yeah, but Rachel's got three fragile ex-kids. Her life is just crazy. So the only way to get my sister's songs is to email me at roseanneorgil@yahoo.com and send me your address, and I will mail you a CD. And you
have to pay her.
Yeah,
for
and then I'll pay Judy for it. Yes, I'll give Judy the money.
Judy, for the lady.
Yeah, Judy just gives them to me, and then I mail them out to people, and then just give Judy the money. Okay. DIY doll stuff. Oh, so cute. Love it. This is a memory bear that she's looking at. She wants to make a memory bear out of some old jammies, and I did a video, I'll post it right here, of making a memory bear out of some old jammies that Davy had when he was a baby. And Ambry has that memory bear, and she wanted to do that, but she says, instead of using a sewing machine, could I just sew it by hand? Yes, you can sew it by hand. It'll turn out just the same. It just takes longer is all. But those beautiful dresses the women used to wear back in the olden times, they sewed them all by hand. They didn't have a sewing machine. It took time. All the quilts that they sewed, all by hand.
Oh, didn't they have the kind with
that eventually came, the pedal.
A foot pedal?
Yeah, the pedal. That eventually came, but you had to sit and pedal it. Okay, Just Francine, here's a question. I know that the two of you are healthy and you take good care of yourselves, but do you feel that God plays a part in your strength and, turn the page here, and endurance because you two are good people and devout Christians? I bet your children and grandchildren are so proud of you when we ran the race. And I wish it was that easy, where if you were good, a good person, that your life would be good.
The Lord would make you healthy.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy, but it's not. God loves us too much to make life easy for us. It has to be hard. It's like a child learning how to walk. You could carry the child everywhere, but then they wouldn't get strong. They wouldn't know how to do it.
See, for example, if you get sugar diabetes as a result, you can't expect the Lord to make the diabetes go away just because you're a good person. You have to do your job.
Yeah, it rains on the good and the evil. The sun shines on the good and the evil. That's just the way life is. And it doesn't, life divvies out what you get out of life, whether you're good or evil. And sometimes people are really evil and you think, why is their life so good? They never have any troubles. Or somebody is a real good person, you think, oh, they have so many troubles. Why isn't God watching over them better? Why isn't God taking away those trials? That just isn't how life is.
It's part of our life.
That's
here
just the way it is. Kind of picture, we see somebody at a gym that's all buff and muscly, and their body just looks great, and you think, oh, I want to be like you. And so you go over to that person and say, what can I do to be like you? Can you just make me strong and healthy like that? And say, okay, here's your schedule of what you got to do. And you go, oh,
and here's
the weight,
how you have to eat.
Here's the weight you got to lift. Here's how you got to eat. This is going to be your lifestyle now. And you think, oh, that's a lot of work. Say, well, that's how you get buff. And so that's just how God has it for us here on the earth, in this life. He's saying, I'm going to make you into something better than what you could ever imagine. And so we get trials, and it's to make us strong, just like a baby that falls and gets up, and eventually the baby learns how to walk. And you could run over and pick that child up and say, I will carry you everywhere. I can't bear to watch you fall and get hurt. And the end result would be eventually you're carrying that baby, and eventually you would be too old to carry it, and the baby gets bigger and bigger, becomes an adult, and you get weaker and weaker, and eventually you fall down, and the child says, pick me up, carry me. You say, I can't anymore, I'm too weak. You get up and walk. Say, I never learned how. And God knows that. It's a simple lesson, and it's hard. You know, it's hard to have the trials. You think, I'm such a good person, why does this have to happen to me? Say, God's making you into a strong, buff person spiritually.
Or you can say, why do I have cavities? I don't brush my teeth enough. Oh, why doesn't God just fix it?
Yeah,
that's an exaggeration.
Yeah.
But
God's
still.
not the. I was going to say God's not the tooth fairy. God's not the fairy godmother. And you have to trust in God enough. You learn how to trust in God and have faith and say, Thy will be done. Learn how to pray to God for help and guidance, and learn how to lean on God more and ask for help, and that's what we're here for, is to learn, and then to get our faith stronger and learn how to trust God and know that He does know what He's doing, and He does. He is there. He hasn't forgotten you. We always think that He's forgotten us when we have trials, but He hasn't. He's right there, just like a child falling down and get hurt. You haven't forgotten that child. You're right there. You know that child needs to get back up in order to get strong, and you can't be running and saving him every time. Okay, one more question. Why don't you read the last one?
Mama O.
Just Francine again, but
Oh, just Francine. Mama O, you're so good at everything you do. Honestly, you are. Do you have any weaknesses? That's the husband's job to tell you about those.
Is that so?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
That's nice of you to say. I just don't show you things that I'm weak at, but and you can name yours too. I have a lot of weaknesses, and like God says, I give them weaknesses so that they can become strong. Something like that. How does it go? But anyway,
I will say something about it. That Roseanne and her family they had a mean father, but a very, very good mother. And I think basically the mother can do miracles with children growing up, and they can. If the mother has a good character and shows a lot of love, the children pick that up and they'll pass it on.
The mothers are good nurturers, and the dads are the disciplinarians. But I can't skate. I can't ski. I don't like traveling. It scares me. I don't like to go places.
You don't like fish?
I don't like fish. I don't think that's a weakness. That's just a preference. I have panic attacks. Maybe I'll have to talk about that one of these days on my panic attacks and how
Do you still have them? I thought you got rid of them.
I'm learning to control them better. When I first started having them, I had no idea what was happening to me, and I was so scared, and I made them worse. And I'll have to talk. We'll have that be another discussion on how I work, how I deal with those. What else? I don't. I don't like going play. I'm scared of newborn babies. After they're about a week old, then I'm okay with them. Just don't leave me alone with the newborn. It makes me very nervous.
Babysitting for somebody.
Yeah.
Who would want to babysit a week-old baby?
Oh, there's people that love it. I have a neighbor up the street she says, give me those newborns. The newborns sleep all the time, but so there's quite a few things
and if they give them back and they have diaper rash and crying and everything, then the mother would say, what did you do to my baby?
We won't give you a newborn. But that's just a small list of all my weaknesses. But that was so nice of you to say that. But we'll go ahead and close with a couple of quotes.
I thought you were going to say close with prayer.
Close with prayer. Let's see here. I am grateful for every precious moment life offers me. It allows me to see the miracle in each experience. That kind of goes in with what we were talking about.
Yeah, I like that.
If you guys would like me to talk about my panic attacks, let me know. We'll turn the page.
No, but they all think you're perfect, and they won't think you're perfect.
That's true.
Anymore.
No, I can still be perfect without panic attacks. Actually, perfection is a work in progress.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It's something that we're working towards. Okay, go ahead with your quote.
Okay. Some of these are political.
We'll stay away from politics.
I know. Okay, we ourselves feel what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. That's
what fills an ocean is drops. Drops of rain.
No, it's like no, but it's like the starfish where they're all over the beach, and the kid was throwing each one back in the water, and somebody said to him, "There are hundreds of them here.
You're wasting your time."
Yeah, you're wasting your time. And the little boy picked up. He says, "This little starfish doesn't think it's wasting his time."
The man, he says, "What does it matter?" And then picks up the starfish, says, "It matters to this one," and he throws it in the ocean. Picks up another one, "It matters to this one."
And then it lands on a rock. And it kills them.
Okay, all right. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and welcome to the new subscribers. And keep the questions coming. And good night, everybody.
Good night.